What's going on, sports card collectors, investors, all of my speculators, all of my collectibles friends? How the heck are we doing?
You take the card and put it in the sleeve.
We are just this close to the new year. I am excited. I'm actually going to be in Tampa Bay on the 31st. Happens to be my dad's birthday. And the Bucks go to battle with my New Orleans Saints. It's been a lackluster year for our guys. But you know what? It'll be fun to kind of see them go head to head where we have a very slim margin, a very slim possibility of still making the playoffs. We're not going to get our hopes up, but I'm really excited to take my sons because they are excited to go to this game and it'll be great. My youngest, it'll be his first NFL game ever, so it will be pretty cool. All right, a couple of the housekeeping things. Tonight we have got Off-Centered, me, Neo, and Flipping Steve. We'll be multi-streaming casting tonight, talking about sports card hobby things, news, rumors, pickups, all that stuff, comic book drama. We will touch on that. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern, so definitely check that out later on. Also, huge shout out to today's video sponsor, COMC.com, your home for buying, selling, and flipping all the hottest trading cards. Their consignment marketplace now home to over 33 million cards from baseball's biggest stars like Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Mookie Betts to Marvel favorites like Spider-Man, Thor, and Captain America. COMC has something for every type of collector, so make sure to visit COMC.com today. I've got links below in the video description and in the pinned comments to start your COMC journey today. All right, 2024 collecting goals, and just taking a look, just thinking back to 2023. Actually, from a hobby standpoint, really a great year overall, I feel like, in a multitude of different ways. I feel like as far as my own personal collecting / speculating, it was a fun year. I feel like there was a lot of really good pickups, some tough decisions to make to get rid of some old stuff, kind of taking a look at inventory. Do I really love this because I like this stuff more, and having to move out of certain things to get into new things. Was able to collaborate with a lot of great companies that do support the channel, whether it be COMC or SGC, DC Sports 87, our friends at SlabMags, Whatnot, Robert Edward Auctions, Hakes Auctions, and we did some work with Veriswap as well. Overall, just a great year. Got to know a lot of new people. Content really been a lot of fun, and here I just kind of goof around for the majority of the time. And I'm going to continue that in 2024. That's the goal. We might tweak some things here and there, but as far as collecting wise goes, in 2023, I really zeroed in a lot more focus in 2023 around my PC guy, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and my Stranger Things cards. And then, of course, you guys know I do collect graded comic books, graded video games, action figures, and the other stuff as well. So when I look at it, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of things that I'm interested in. And so really trying to dive into to prioritize that is always a struggle for me. But I've noticed that in 2023, prices have moved down on a lot of the things that I wasn't sure if I was going to get if I was ever able to going to get them, or anytime soon anyway. Just yesterday or the day before, I was able to get a 2012 Prism Silver Breeze and a PSA 9. This is a card I eventually want to get in a 10. But man, when you look at the buy it nows and stuff, the 10 is like $1,500, $2,000. PSA 9 hit auction. I ended up winning it for $166 for our boy Breeze. Did a comparison to the Tom Brady sales. I'll show it. I actually posted this on my Instagram. $166 for the Breeze that I just got for the PSA 9 Prism Silver. The last BGS 9.5 Brady version of this card, if we're looking at just from October, went for over $2,000. PSA 9 went for like $3,000. I mean, like in the thousands of dollars. Breeze was $166. So this is great for me. Of course, I do collect Brady, but the fun part with Brady is looking to pick your spots. So of course, like if you look, a lot of the stuff sells for high prices. What's fun is if you can kind of grab an auction, you're paying attention. I've got my search list, my save searches is long with Brady stuff. And so I'm always paying attention to, okay, when is an auction popping up? And look, a lot of times the stuff is still going to sell high, but there are those instances where stuff undersells and I'm waiting. I'm trying to wait anyway. That's where I'm trying to buy in. I'm not trying to be a hero and overpay necessarily or try to reach someone's bin. You know, I'm not going to try. I'm going to kind of wait for things to come to me for Tom Brady and really for Breeze, but it's way easier for Breeze, just a much smaller collector base, much less demand on Breeze, at least for now. I think he's going to get more respect in time, especially watching quarterbacks play football this year. I think guys like Drew Brees are going to get their due respect in time. But anyway, my big target card, I made a video on this going back a couple months, actually not going to be a sports card in 2024. I will talk about some sports cards I'll be chasing, but my big target, the one that I really, really want to add, I'll probably have to move out of some things to make it happen, is the 1993, I almost said 1933, the 1993 Skybox Art to Bart card, and it's the mail-in redemption. Of course, if you open the box now and you pull a redemption card, you can't redeem it anymore. They were numbered to 400, but there was never 400 that were actually sent out and made because not all 400 were redeemed. So there's a limited number of these that are hanging out there. And if you look on eBay, it's kind of like $10,000 or best offer. There was one on Hakes Auctions going back a couple months that now I'm like, I should have just bid on it. Found a way to buy it. It sold for like $5,500, $5,800, $6,000, something like that. It's going to be an expensive card. There's no way around it. This is not going to be one of those like, oh, I snagged it on auction for $2,000. There's a lot of people that are looking for this card. They're limited and people want the card. So it's going to be a tough get, but that is kind of, you know, when you look at kind of Grail cards and people throw that around, and I know for a lot of people, Grail card might mean like a Mickey Mantle 52 tops, 5 or something. For me, it's not really about dollar amount. It's more just about the scarcity of the card. That is a scarce card. There's not that many out there. Now, the demand for 52 tops mantles is a lot higher than a Bart Simpson card, a Simpsons card. But for me, that's the fun of kind of non-sports is you are able to get iconic characters, iconic cards, sometimes at a value, but this is one of those where it's just, there's a lot of demand around it. There's a lot of demand around this card, but it's the big chase. So we will see what happens. I'll be keeping my eyes peeled. And my big hope is in 2024 to nail down this card. On the sports card side, I have been buying a lot of kind of the people have been making fun of me. You're buying 15-year Prism, parallel cards and that sort of thing. And that's okay. It's just the stuff that I like. I will go back to Tom Brady and look for more of kind of the rookie card type stuff. In particular, I want to get a Bowman Chrome and a 9. And I don't know if the 10s end up dropping down in price to a certain point, I may just have to kind of go out and get a 10. If a 9 is $2,000 and a 10 is $5 or something, it gets, starts to continue to move down, then maybe I just spring for the 10 on the Bowman Chrome Tom Brady. And that will be kind of my foundational rookie card piece for Tom Brady would be that Bowman Chrome. I have a 2000 Metal Rookie. That's one of my favorite rookie cards that he's got. I've got it in a 7. I would really like to also get that card in either a 9, a BGS 9.5, or an SGC 9, or a PSA 10. Just kind of like looking for a higher grade of that metal rookie card, and maybe I sell the 7 to get into a higher grade or something like that. But that's one of my favorite rookie cards for Tom Brady is that metal card. And so would like to upgrade into one that's kind of my forever card for that one, just a higher grade where it's like, okay, that's the one I'm going to hold for an extended period of time. Graded comic books are always on the radar, but of course there's some stuff going on with CGC where there's a little bit of a scandal going on. We haven't gotten all the full information is still coming out on it, but essentially somebody switching comics, lower grade or restored, finding a way to get them into new slabs through the reholder program is what the assumption is here. And there's a lot of evidence on this on the forums and online, and we're just kind of waiting to see how this works out. This might only affect a very small number of books. I'm sure CGC is all over this, trying to figure out what's going on. But until I get some sort of an idea of how big or small this thing is, I'm not going to rush out to buy any $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 comic books. And there are some that I want. In particular, X-Men 1 is one of those. Neo and I are both looking for an X-Men 1, and that's one where it's starting to creep down in price. Tales of Suspense 39, first appearance of Iron Man would be another one of these books where it's also kind of creeped down to where I would like to get one of those. But again, I want to get a little bit more of an understanding on this thing, how big of a problem it is or small of a problem it is with some of these CGC graded books. But just key grail, Silver Age keys on the comic book side are always of interest to me. So it's just kind of figuring out where the spots are, which books feel like they're just getting a little bit too low from a price standpoint, and then we go from there. I'm also going to look for sealed games. I know for a lot of people watching, like, the graded video game market crashed. That's exactly the reason why I'm looking at it, because I really enjoy that stuff. I've got probably about 20 to 25 graded video games, either in CGC holder or a WATA holder. And I just really enjoy these. I just really enjoy the box art going back to my original NES games. I only focus around original NES and Atari. I am not buying anything Super Nintendo forward. I haven't bought anything like that, or even Sega Genesis. Really just the original Nintendo stuff, and I'm looking for iconic characters, iconic games, kind of games that paved the way for other ones. And I'm now looking at sealed copies. It was like, oh man, the sealed market is so expensive. I'm going to look at CIB, complete in box stuff. And so I was like, sealed is out. Now I've actually been buying sealed games. I picked up an original Final Fantasy NES sealed game. I got a Faxanadu sealed game in a high grade, because the prices have come down so much. And it's been great if you're a collector, a long-term holder of these. For me, I see opportunities in just really, really cool items like that. So the sealed graded game, and maybe some CIB, complete in box stuff, depending on the game, high grade, maybe, we'll see. But I'm paying close attention to the sealed stuff because, like I said, people, there's a craze towards it. There was a big spike like we saw in a lot of this stuff, and then people moving out of it. But it doesn't change the fact that that stuff is awesome, and there is organic collectability in that space. It's new and it's not proven, but it doesn't change the fact that it is fun. So 2024 are going to be really interesting. 2023 was awesome from a hobby standpoint. On a personal level, it was a tough year for my family. I've mentioned this a few times, but we had a few funerals to go to, and it felt like a battle a lot of the year. And so we're kind of just getting refreshed. I've been sick the last 4 or 5 days, but starting to kind of get over it and looking to start the new year right on a positive note and just have an amazing 2024 ahead. That's what we are all hoping for, and that's what I'm hoping for you all too. So stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.